So really against all the best guys, right? World championships, NCAAs, obviously, he's working this system, right? So it's his outside step, knee pull / pick. You know, he does it all interchangeably, and it's a really, really nice system, right? So he's going to show you this system this session. The biggest thing for the entirety of camp, right? Ask questions, okay? We're here to be a resource, right? Everybody here is, right? Counselors, right? Everybody's here to be a resource for you, okay? So you're here to get better. So ask good questions. Make sure you're getting your techniques down, right? Be active in your wrestling. That's what I talk to our guys about a lot, right? Be active in your progression, right? You can't be a passenger in the car that's your wrestling, right? You have to be the driver. You have to take initiative. You need to actively seek out answers that you're looking for. That makes sense, right? So you're not just, you know, just being a passenger, right? So that's a big thing. So with that, let's get going.
All right. So the first shot that I learned was a knee pull single leg. So a lot of you guys are taught traditionally just a sweep single, outside hand, outside leg, single leg. So the first thing that I was taught was to use my inside hand to get to my single leg. And that allows you to, you know, use different hands when you're snapping and pulling and, you know, make it look like you're not about to do a single leg. So the first thing we're really going to work on is establishing inside tie. So what I like to do is just roll inside and look to grab the tricep. So every time I wrestle, I look to go inside, inside, inside. So after I've established that tie, I'm going to start reaching up to the head. And that's how I'm going to set up and get my partner to reach that arm up. So I'm going inside tie, power tie. When I'm going up to the head, I'm dropping my inside hand. Outside step, inside hand. You're going to use this hand as a grappling zone. I'm going to use this hand to pull myself into my single leg. So establish a tie here. I'm going to pull and go to my single leg.
And it's really important to get inside first, because if you just go high hand first, right, I can probably get to Meyer's leg, right? And that was like some of the stuff during the season, right? Like talk about everybody's got to continue to get better, right? That was a position where Meyer got better. Right? So inside first, and then wrestle. Make sense? So establish inside just like Meyer's doing, right? And then now there.
So the really big point to this, or really that will make this be able to disappear on the guy, is your foot and knee placement. So when I'm stepping, my foot is right next to my foot. Like literally not here, right next to his foot. And when I'm stepping, I'm putting my knee behind him. I try to get my knee behind his ankle. That's a rule of thumb. If it's not behind his ankle, it's probably not going to work as well. So inside tie here, when he's hitting, swinging my back leg. Notice when I hit my knee, this back leg is spinning me around basically. I'm not stopping here, using momentum of my leg, bringing it all the way around.
And notice where his shoulder is, right? So his shoulder is not out or, you know, on the front side of my quad. His shoulder is honestly right under my butt. So like really high hamstring, like low butt. Does that make sense? So, okay, I'm already following. All right, see where his shoulder is right now? Okay. And when he hits it, like slow, he'll probably go single leg and post, right? Or a little backside double, right? So you can kind of, it's dealer's choice here. If you want to go backside double, if you swing really well, or you can post shell. Right? So both the post shell.
So if you're a long guy, I'm not even grabbing single leg. I'm just running my hand all the way back behind the ankle. But if you're having a harder time getting around, I want you to shoot this arm through and look for your shell. Leg up, everything posted, climb up the leg.
And it kind of depends on, like, if I'm wrestling Meyer, like, you know, I'm a good wrestler, I'm probably ready to jump to a split, right? So he goes, I'm probably ready for that, so he's ready for this finish. Does that make sense? As opposed to me being, you know, pressuring Meyer, which I would never do, but if somebody does it, he's just, it's going to be that wrapped up. Makes sense? So it's going to be based off of my reaction when I'm wrestling him as well. And that's it, I guess that's the next piece, right? Okay, Meyer? Go. Right. I can't be a wet noodle. Right? I gotta be. I'm not fighting him, but I'm just like I'm a good dummy for him. Right? It's a good rep. Right? So I'm just being sturdy. I'm allowing him to hit the move, but I'm not falling over and being a gumpy. Right? So I'm actively helping him get better, and then when it's my turn, he's actively going to help me get better. Right? So the yin to the yang. We're helping each other get better right now.
Don't be a bad partner. No one's gonna drill you.
Any questions on that so far? You guys got that portion of it? I was going to. Okay, sorry.
When you switch, like above the head, are you pulling on it or are you just using it to control?
I more just reach for it. I don't really grab it. I kind of just bring my hand up so his arm comes up with me. Pull.
Because I'm kind of tracking his hands. He makes contact here because you gotta remember, like a lot of guys, when Meyer grabs him, they're kind of fearful of that attack, right? So I'm starting to thumb block to create space, right? So as soon as his hand comes up, I'm tracking his hand. I gotta get my hand on his hand. And he goes back.
One last thing. When you guys are grabbing, so the hand that's grabbing the knee is gonna slide down to his foot at the very end. So that's how we're getting that swinging motion, and we're kind of taking a bow. So here, his hand's gonna slide down, and the other hand's coming up top. You guys got that?
Right,
Any
so
questions?
the biggest thing is those steps, right? So you're reaching and stepping pretty much simultaneously. As his hand goes high, right, I track his hand, and then he takes that outside step and he reaches at the same time. Yes, guys. Let's try it on 2, 1, 2.